Greetings, one and all, and I'm Keith DeCandido.
And I'm Andrea Lipinski, and welcome to a special episode of The Chronic Rift.
Tonight we're putting aside the usual format for a very special all-interview show, where we'll have 3 interviews with people in the science fiction and fantasy and comic book fields.
Interactive television network in the country that allows a televangelist to work in the way that nowadays you would put a disc into the computer and you would be interactive with it. Interactive live TV hasn't happened yet. It could be coming, and when it does, people like Jimmy Swaggart or Jim Baker will have a lot of use for it.
A lot of what I do is try to give people, especially kids, a place. And with adults, a place to go to look at my work, and hopefully they'll forget about that the taxes are due just for a minute. You know, that's what's real satisfying. I get a lot of mail from young kids saying, "Gee, I really liked your monster on the cover of something," and that means so much because first of all, kids never write, and for something to mean that much to them, so trying to make the fantasies and the creatures believable so you can identify with them. I've seen a lot of monsters and that painted, and they're just so fantastic and have no basis in reality that you can't identify with them. But I always try to make something that you can identify with. Whether if it's a dwarf, then I think of someone that I know, an older man that I've seen on the street, or something to try to instill a real characters. They say, my Uncle Joe looks like his name is just like that.
Right.
That's the
what
fun
we're thinking
thing.
of right now is that in the bookstores, the name of the writer, of the writer's work, previous work, is very important. Various novelists and science fiction, horror, mystery, and whatever, and you go to the bookstore to buy their books based on their names. You don't know anything as a bookstore goer. You don't know anything about the comic book artists. In the comic book shops, the artist is the thing that the people go to buy, and so they're almost mutually exclusive. And so we hope that by taking known writers and known comic book artists, we can get both.
Next week,
the best of both.
well, it sort of depends next week. If you are watching this on April 29th, next week we will be presenting finally our Science Fact episode, which was preempted due to various circumstances beyond our control. So if you are watching this on April 29th, next week is Science Fact and Science Fiction, which will feature authors Ben Bova and Charles Platt. And it was a wonderful discussion, and it's completely out of sequence, but don't worry about it, it was good anyway.
And if you're watching us in August, then what you will be seeing is you'll be skipping right ahead to the Blake 7 episode, which will be our season finale, and we'll have pictures of us at Icon,
yes,
schmaltzing with the famous science fiction types.
Yes, the nifty science fiction people.
Right.
It'll be a slideshow, and then we'll talk about Blake 7.
Okay.
And that will be our season finale. And if it's August, that's next week. If it's April, it's in 2 weeks, and we'll see you then.